Hey guys, how crazy do I look? Crazy bun. It's a crazy bun type of day. It is pouring. I don't know if you can see it, if you can hear it, but it is a rainy day today. I feel like I have so much to catch you up on. Funny enough, I filmed like a few car vlogs over the past few days, but every time I filmed, the sun was insane, and I'd watch the footage back, and I'd be like, no one's gonna want to watch this, you know? Like, no one's gonna want to watch a huge shadow cast over my face, and me, like, trying to see, and it was just a mess. So, luckily and unluckily, because I don't know how distracting the rain is, but it is not very sunny today. It is so rainy. So last time I talked to you guys was the audition Petco car vlog, and so much has happened since then. That was actually one whole week ago, which normally, like, in a week, nothing really crazy happens to me. It's like pretty standard, but this past week was for sure like the craziest week ever. The Petco food, or like the food I got at Petco, unfortunately didn't work, because a supplement I got for her unfortunately didn't work. And you know, I was hopeful, and of course at the same time, as I had mentioned, like, my dad was here and we were having an amazing vacation, and I was trying not to like overly stress about it, because the doctor had said, you know, like, if it's a regular UTI, then it should go away soon. And I knew that she was stressed out just having like a visitor in the house, and so it was just like a lot. And then on Sunday my dad left, and I want to say about Saturday and Sunday her UTI got so much worse. And you guys know, like, if you watched my apartment tour, I have that like white carpet in the living room. And I woke up really early Sunday morning to drop my dad off at the airport at like 5 a.m. and I came home and like went back to sleep for an hour. And when I got back up, like, I saw that she had peed like, almost, like, I don't want to say everywhere, but like, she peed in the shower, she peed on the carpet, she peed on the white carpet, like, she peed everywhere. And so I got really nervous and I got really scared, because that's so unlike her. Like, she doesn't just pee everywhere. She's not that type of cat. And I didn't know what to do, and so I was freaking out. And I texted my mom and I was like, do you think I should take her to the emergency clinic? And she was like, well, you know, maybe you should. Like, maybe you should, because then the next day my two friends were coming to stay, and I was like, you know, I just felt very overwhelmed with everything. That was like, you know, I can't believe she's like getting so sick during these, like, you know, few weeks that I have people coming to stay. And anyway, so I took her to the emergency clinic, and that was such a traumatic experience for her and for I. Like, it was great, and the staff was like very nice, and it just took forever. It took like 4 hours we were sitting in there, and it was just so high anxiety. And she hates her caring case, she hates traveling, she hates being at the vet, she hates other people. Like, it was just so heartbreaking. And still, after that, we like got no answers, and the doctor was like, you know, it could be a UTI, but it could be these like 3 other things, and you know, you don't want to just give her antibiotics, because, you know, the antibiotics might just mask what's really going on. Like, really, she should get a sample from her bladder taken, but you know, that involves her going to the vet and getting like a needle, almost like a biopsy, like getting a needle put into her bladder and getting a sample out. So of course I'm sitting there like, we've been here for 4 hours, and really, like, you can't do like anything. So she was like, sorry, I'm like a little hot. She was like, well, we can administer fluids to her, and we can give her some pain medication, but if we give her antibiotics, then, you know, when you get the sample done, they won't be valid anyway. So like, that was super stressful and very traumatic for Elsie, because it was just everything that Elsie hates so much, especially getting like stuck with needles. Oh my gosh. So by the time we got home, it was already like 5 o'clock, and I'd wanted to do laundry and grocery shop, and I didn't end up going to the grocery store, but it was a lot. And also at the end of that whole experience, to like feel like, oh my gosh, and it's not even salt, like, I still need to take her back, like, are you kidding me? So the next day I was talking to my mom, like, my friends came, and that was lovely, and I was talking to my mom, was it Monday or Tuesday? I think it was yesterday. Yeah, I was talking to my mom yesterday, and I was like explaining the situation to her, and my cat's brothers and sisters get UTIs really often, and my mom was like, well, why don't you just ask for the UTI like prescription food that you can only get with a prescription. I like tried to find it online, and like I feel like you can buy drugs online easier than you can buy like prescription cat food. It was so crazy. Don't let you buy it at all. Like, you have to have a prescription. Anyway, so I was like, well, you know, why don't I should try to get the prescription food, because isn't there like some sort of like middle ground, like between like doing nothing and then like having almost like surgery? Like, I know it's not surgery to get like a bladder, what do you call it? I'm losing my words now. To get a sample from her bladder, but still, like, she might have to like have anesthesia. They would have to stick a needle into her. Like, it's a lot. And keep in mind that this whole time I'm like so freaking stressed out to the max, which is why my eyebrows, I have obviously I've done them and I filled them in, but girl, like, I have that stress-induced alopecia where your eyebrow, like, where you experience hair loss. It's already started happening. Oh my god, look at this motherfucker. There's a guy who literally just pulled into the middle of the road at a stoplight. See, that's what they talk about sometimes here, how people will speed to run the yellow light, or like almost speed and go through a red light, but the people who have the green light will start to go. And I know someone, like, I don't know them personally, but a friend of mine was telling me how one of the people that she knows went through the green light as he was supposed to do, and he got hit by someone who was speeding and he had to be in the hospital. Oh my god, it was terrible. But like, it's like idiots like that. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so yeah, my eyebrows have already started falling out, and I'm sure like it's only gonna get worse because it's a little bit like time delayed, the stress, hair loss. So anyway, I was so proud of my eyebrows too. I was doing so well. Anyway, long story short, I called the vet and I was like, listen, you're gonna need to give me a prescription for like this special cat food, because, you know, it works for our brothers and sisters, and like, you know, if there's an avenue we can take before me bringing her back, obviously whatever's in her best interest. But if we're all just like playing this I don't know game, can we at least try some other options before I bring her in and you stick her with something? Like, please, like, it's not gonna hurt. So he was like, oh yeah, sure. And then I was like, okay, like, really, it's just gonna be like that easy? And then like, he had mentioned how she had a UTI once before and it cleared up on its own. And I was like, listen, guy, like, I don't know for sure, because she was in my mom's care at the time. I don't remember why, but my mom picked her up from the city and brought her to the vet, and I can't remember if she got antibiotics or not. I'm sure she did. I'm sure she got antibiotics. All of our brothers and sisters get antibiotics. So he was like, oh, well, in that case, like, let's just give her antibiotics. I was like, really? After all this? Like, I've literally been making myself ill for the past week and a half. Ill. And now I'm just like, you're just gonna give me antibiotics? Like it's not a big deal. And the kicker was like, because last time I went, they were like, oh, the antibiotics, like, you know, does she take pills? And I was like, no, like, she can. Like, it's the hardest thing in the entire world. Trying to give a cat a pill, like, forget it. Especially my cat, like, she would bite my face off before, like, I got that pill in her mouth. So I was like, well, you know, like last time I said, and he never mentioned anything about liquid antibiotics. Then on the phone, he's like, oh, does she take pills? And at this point, I was like, she's going to take anything. Like, give me a pill, I'll shove it down her throat, I don't even care. And he was like, well, don't worry, like, we have liquid. You have liquid antibiotics. You have liquid antibiotics. And you didn't tell me last time? Like, oh my lord. So anyway, that was like the drama yesterday. And of course, again, at the same time, I'm like hosting and like, it was just nutso. And then, so I got the antibiotics yesterday. She's already taken 2 doses. I need to give her another dose tonight. Listen, she seems fine. Like, she seems fine. I don't know. So here's the thing. If the antibiotics don't work and she still has blood in her urine, then of course I'm going to take her to the vet. But it was just like, oh, it's just been so insanely stressful. I feel so much better though today. Like, after I had the antibiotics in my hand, I was like, yes, I feel so much better. I like don't feel like I'm gonna freak out anymore. I don't feel like I'm gonna have a panic attack every 5 seconds. Like, whew, I felt like I could finally breathe. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so my friends are gone for the evening. They went to go visit one of my friends. His parents lives like really close, so they're visiting them for the evening. And it's storming. It's so, like, last week was really nice. The weather was stunning, really hot but nice. This week it's been so rainy. Today it's been raining all day, but it's because that hurricane, they've been talking about like a hurricane going through and like hitting the Gulf on the western coast of Florida and like the Panhandle. So I think that's what all this rain is. But it's a rainy day, man. Like, all I want to do is like cuddle up. It was so hard for me to leave the house. I was like, I don't want to leave. I just want to stay in bed. But I can't believe tomorrow is September 1st already. That's so exciting. They put the Halloween decorations up at Disney, and it's just been so exciting to see. And I'm all about like the earlier with the and I know I'm the minority here. Like, I'm the type of person, like, the earlier the holidays, the better. Why not? Like, it doesn't offend me. Like, you're gonna put the Halloween decorations out in like the end of August? Sure. Like, why not? Like, it's not hurting anybody, and it's joyful. Like, I'm all about it. And I know people hate it. I know people hate to see Christmas decorations in November. I know. But I'm all about it. So I'm really excited, and I feel like we're getting into like the best time of year. I'm a little, I don't say apprehensive. I mean, I'm interested. I have spent holidays. I spent Christmases on the ships before, and I was living in the Bahamas when I was living on the ships. So I've had Christmases away from family, and I've had Christmases where it's been like really hot. Because I grew up in New York, so Christmas to me is winter cold. Like, they're all, it's all associated. But I've had Christmases. I've spent Christmases in the middle of the ocean in the Bahamas. So I know what it's like to have a hot Christmas and to have like a non-at-home Christmas. So it'll be interesting to see what this is going to be like, because the exciting news that I have to tell you that I'm going to just wait a little bit longer to mention, I'm sure I can say it, whatever, I'll just wait. I can't leave Florida. I can't leave Florida. I can't go home for Christmas, which is like so depressing. But at the same time, it's like, well, this is a cool opportunity, and it'll be fun, and it's one Christmas, and we'll make it a good Christmas. I know we will. And it'll be interesting to see what it's like here, throughout this sort of fall into winter season. And I know I'll be happy that I live in Florida in like next February or March when it's like really cold back at home and like gross, but nice here. So anyway, I think that's everything. I feel like I had so much to update you on, but I don't want this vlog to be like a gajillion minutes long. But yeah, that's it. So I wish I could say like, oh, Elsie's 100% better. Like, everything's great with the cat. It's not 100%, but I feel like we're getting there. I finally feel like I was, given some solutions, and I feel happy about that. And yeah, I'm just so excited for that tomorrow's September, and yeah, it's gonna be so great. So yeah, I will talk to you guys later. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll chat soon. Okay, love you guys. Bye.